K gang. No, I'm saying your dad. Yo, what is on, bro? Oh, why is everybody in this on this server, bro? There's like 10 people on. Everyone's in this. Like, hey, it's really not that deep, bro. Treating that shit like actually, bro. There's nobody on the server anymore. Bro, there's nobody here. Bro, oh my gosh, there's nobody here. Holy. Dang, bro. The dimensions. Like, you're really telling me there's a whole, like, abandoned dimension on the server, bro? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Three. Come on, come on, come on. There's something here. Alright, I need to be ready, dude. This if this is the owner, he's probably gonna want to fight. You know? Nobody left. Oh. Where is it? He's not here. There's people here. Whoa. Oh. Alright. Okay. Who is this player then? Oh my god, who the fuck threw Turtlemaster? Alright, so I can hit him with that. Good. Do I? Oh, that's alright. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm definitely gonna get into a fight here. Never mind. Holy. I'm so glad I caught that. Alright, oh, I need to see. Hmm, I don't know, dude. Oh, really, bro? Really? That's what we're about to hit? Yeah, bro, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. Nobody trapped me, gang. Um, yeah, you're not stupid. I'm not gonna fall for that, dumbass. Yep, and now it's cut off, so now you're fried. Oh my fucking god. Alright, you know what? There we go. That's gonna hit hard. I'm gonna save you now, buddy. Here, how about this? Don't worry, gang. I'll make it fast. Oh no. That's definitely not good. Ooh. There we go, there we go, there we go. No! It's laggy. Oh no, that's not good. My turn. There we go. Lag's over. Totem. I'm coming for Totem. That's why I wasn't doing good. I didn't have strength to apply. No, I'm not. I'm done. I'm sick of fighting in holes. I'm sick of explosions. I'm sick of people just thinking that I can only fight in mace. Like what? I've done so much fucking more damage than him. Alright, dude. Yeah, I know what I need to do. There we go. Now he's cooked. Let's go. I'm gonna beat him. That's clearly why he did that. Cool. Holy shit, you Bit Rider. Shit, that's not good. It's over. It's over. It's over. This cat. You're so weird. Like, what the fuck? It's literally fucking full. So, okay. Oh, so now it's not full. Are we fucking, like, autistic or something?
not showering together.
There's a water drought in California. I'm telling you, we have to reserve the water.
Okay, show me.
There's water for everyone, so we have to shower together. It's just something that happens.
Where did you learn that?
On my phone, it's right here.
Okay, show me the notification.
What phone? I don't have.
We're not showering together.
There's a water drought in California. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because you guys are probably chilling. You said yourself, like, Booster's Army's not going to come back for a while. So, I'm going to just go elsewhere, I guess. Why are we...
Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night.
The Bay Harbor, like short, you know the mission, and you know what he did. Dismembered his victims, bagged the bloody bits and pieces, and tossed them in the bay.
Someone covered my nose. When I tried to open my mouth to breathe, they quickly fitted a device on me. Another person produced a rubber tube and shoved it directly into my mouth. I struggled desperately, but was tightly bound. The person forcefully pushed the tube, ramming it down my throat. Then with another hard shove, inserted it into my stomach. They then flipped a switch nearby, and eels began flowing through the tube into my mouth. I was terrified, but could only helplessly watch as they entered my body. After swallowing several, my stomach had become a paradise for eels. I waited in complete silence for 8 full hours, allowing the eels to fully mix with my stomach acid. Finally, a few drops of yellow liquid were collected in a container. When I woke again, I found I'd been sleeping in a sanatorium for 3 whole days. My leg was in a considerably thick cast. Everything that had just happened felt like a nightmare, but my stomach definitely didn't feel right. While I was still groggy, the director suddenly said, "Your right leg fracture is very serious. I've called your company. You can recuperate here peacefully with the chairman." Something felt wrong. Their company was facing a major crisis, and 3 days had passed. Why hadn't they sent other colleagues to pick up the chairman? But I soon discovered something even more wrong with this sanatorium. Not only was there no cell phone signal, but the patients were always accompanied by water. Some could sauna all day, others could dive for 20 minutes without coming up for air. The director told me to drink more water when I could, saying the mountain water here had excellent therapeutic effects. Right after drinking, I found something resembling parasites in my blanket. Too bizarre. I just wanted to find the chairman quickly and leave. Following the nurse's directions, I found the chairman in a secluded sauna room and urged him to return to handle the company crisis. The chairman particularly loved the spa services here and had planned to spend his twilight years here. Upon hearing about the company crisis, he immediately decided to pack and leave together. But before long, the chairman disappeared. His pillow was covered in blood. When I discovered this, I immediately confronted the director about the chairman's whereabouts. The director calmly said, "He's just receiving special treatment. He's quite seriously ill." I was furious yet incredulous. Then I suddenly had a severe nosebleed. Everything spun and I passed out. After examination, the director said, "This is serious internal injury from your car accident. I recommend a special treatment unique to our facility." I didn't believe it at all, but the heavy cast prevented me from leaving. If I refused, I'd likely be forcibly disappeared like the chairman, so I pretended to comply with the director while deciding to secretly investigate the truth. Someone covered my nose. When I tried to open my mouth to breathe, they quickly fitted a device.
This is long.
If you say Pekka, the king won't laugh.
Naive Annie thought she had escaped her boyfriend, but things weren't that simple.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Where are you? You won't fly far from me, little bird.
She ran outside asking drivers for help, but their prices completely shocked her.
You fox, I can get you out of here like the wind.
Money.
I think there's one more way of favor I would accept from you, even though
She tried to offer her phone as collateral, but what she saw next left her terrified. That's when kind-hearted Jack offered to help for free, but the older driver next to him mocked him for getting involved. Soon the boyfriend caught up, but the driver refused to tell him anything.
I get it. Maybe this will help you remember faster.
Faced with temptation, the driver quickly pointed out Annie's escape route.
I'll give you everything if you help me catch them up. It's no problem. Get in my car.
They caught up to her in no time, just as the boyfriend tried to drag her away. Jack stepped in to protect her.
I see you're men of your principles. Give you twice as much if you let the girl go.
Jack glanced at Annie sitting in the car and came up with a plan.
Good boy. So, you thought you could run away from me, yes?
As the man climbed inside to search, Jack hit the button and locked the doors.
He'll sit here until the cops come.
Thank you. The older driver couldn't understand Jack's actions at all.
I mean, the money was literally in your hands and you still didn't take it. Some things are more important than money.
1 month later, Annie came looking for Jack again, but Jack had no idea his life was about to change forever.
Which of these cars do you like the most?
I would say Audi.
Nonsense.
What?
Or you're moving in.
Naive Annie thought she had escaped her boyfriend.
The Bay.
I'm coming, Eugene! Hey, did you happen to grab any extra batteries for the flash? Tyler.
I know you're usually a podcast girl. I'm not a freak.
Birthday, yes. Happy never.
Jeez, what's going on?
Underneath. Shut the fuck up and do what I say.
What the hell is this about? Because there's at least a few options.
Dexter Morgan, you're under arrest for the murder of Matthew Stern Caldwell.
After Dexter was brought into the police station, they quickly processed the paperwork for him. Angela summoned him into her office with a new piece of evidence after another related in that case. However, Dexter denied everything, insisting that he had no motive for the crimes. Frustrated, Angela had no choice but to call Dexter's former colleague. Far away in Miami, Batista was confused when he heard about Dexter Morgan because Dexter had been dead for over a decade. When he saw the photo Angela sent, Dexter Morgan's
I'm sitting in my chair.
Where are you?
He immediately decided to come to Miami. Upon hearing this, Dexter realized that things were going south and his true identity might be exposed. So he found Angela and shared some shocking news. The truth about the missing girls in town.
Go to Curtis County. 100 yards. The front door under a dead wood pile. There's a hatch. Open it and see what real evil looks like.
Upon hearing this, Angela couldn't sit still and immediately stood up to investigate Kurt's house. Following Dexter's instructions, she successfully found the entrance to the hidden room. Walking down the passage, she came to a dimly lit corridor. On either side of the corridor, display cabinets were neatly arranged, each containing a display item, and inside were the missing girls who had disappeared over the years in the town.
Get me state troopers, CSI, the coroner's motherfucking FBI. Got something like 30 bodies at the Caldwell property on Stone Road.
Push that. Got it. On it.
Wait, Teddy. You heard from Logan in the past hour?
Angela hurried back to the station. She found Logan quietly lying on the ground, lifeless.
What's going on?
Underneath. Head.
I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? I got no.
Together, the ninja will battle evil menaces like Wu's brother, Wu's student, people who want revenge on Wu, and all sorts of super dangerous enemies who are coming.
Right on, Johnny.
Thank you, Margaret Legend.
Zipper blown. Those kids are so weird. Why are some people on the server wearing Marlo skins? Like, you're not fucking Marlo. Holy. Oh yeah, I just hit the jackpot. Whoa, whoa, oh my god! Oh my god! Mace! 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 He has a mace! Wait, actually, no, no, no. I need shield. Shield, shield, shield. Shit.
I'm sorry. Which high school?
All three strongest and unstable. What?
No, so.
Bro, what if you strain your Jensen while you're
I'm famous, so tell me what to do.
After
I'm famous, so tell me what to do. I'm famous, so tell me what to do.
After I started treating the Shinigami, I developed a habit. Every time I left home, I would stick a pen refill in the door as a mocker. One day, when I came back, I saw that the refill had been snipped. Right then, I knew someone had broken into my apartment. To avoid suspicion, I didn't say a word and acted like nothing had happened. Even when the Shinigami whispered to me, I gave no respect because I knew exactly what was going on. The detectives was watching me from the apartment next door. The moment I spoke to the Shinigami, I'd become their prime suspect. I had a death note. Whoever's name I wrote inside would die instantly. The detectives had me under 24/7 surveillance for weeks. During that time, I never made a suspicious move, and no mysterious deaths occurred anywhere. Still, the lead investigator was convinced I was the killer. He reasoned that the only reason there hadn't been any new deaths was because I was under his stopwatch, with no chance to act. He believed that once the surveillance ended, the killings would end. Just as his team was preparing to move in, another strange death occurred. A victim dying of sudden cardiac arrest, exactly the same as the earlier cases. Everyone rushed to check the live footage, but all they saw was me casually munching on potato chips. That was my perfect alibi. The investigators began to doubt themselves, wondering if they had the wrong person. What they didn't know was that I had hidden a cell phone inside the chip bag. With it and the note, I carried out the killing without fail. My plan was so precise, so airtight. Even the Shinigami was stunned, and with no concrete evidence or suspicious behavior to report, the police had no choice but to shut down the cameras and pull back. But just when the case seemed to stall, a woman suddenly called in. She accused me directly, claiming she had a way to force my conviction. Her husband had been a police officer, and I had killed him during his investigation. Seeking revenge, she kidnapped my girlfriend and lured her to an office. There, she announced her name, trying to force me to write it again. Her plan was simple. If I wrote her name, she would die instantly. This would confirm the power was real. If I refused, she would pull the trigger on my head. I played innocent, pretending I had no idea what she was talking about. The police, watching through surveillance, thought she was overreacting. prevent the hostage, he ordered Judas to rush to the scene, but the sound of sirens came out. My girlfriend broke free and ran to the green. The woman snapped, lost all control, and fired round after round into my girlfriend. She collapsed and died instantly. In that moment, I became the biggest victim. I confronted her. She overwhelmed with guilt and ended her own life. What she never realized was that everything would go exactly as I had written. I knew she would return. To eliminate any loose ends, I had already found her real in the church's marriage registry and scripted her fate in the Under its influence, she walked the path I had written for her, kidnapping my girlfriend, losing her down, and ultimately killing herself out of guilt. After I started treating the Shinigami, I developed a habit. Every time I left home, I would stick a pen refill in the door as a mark. One day, looking back, I saw that the refill had been snapped in. Right then, I knew someone had broken into my apartment. To avoid suspicion, I didn't say a word and acted like nothing happened, even when the Shinigami whispered.
So 100 people.
Did you know Sidra
Bro,
Gilroy
where is the fucking
this time the
TP
footage wasn't how your boyfriend. He says he's got beef. That I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. Tell your
Wait.
boyfriend. He says he's got beef. That I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. Tell your boyfriend. He says he's got beef. That I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. Tell your boyfriend. He says he's got beef. That I'm a vegetarian.
Nationwide.
I think Apple has.
I've been drinking Coke like water since I was a kid. This habit saved my life because now the town's groundwater is severely polluted. Everyone who drank it turned into green-eyed zombies. Luckily, I only drank soda and never water. My sister only drank formula mixed with bottled water. That's how we narrowly escaped. The red guy drank the contaminated water. Within minutes, his head began throbbing violently. By the time he got home, he noticed his teeth had turned green. Before he could react, his wife's screams echoed from upstairs. The next second, he mutated uncontrollably, charging up to his wife bathing upstairs. She, too, became a green-eyed zombie. Meanwhile, most townspeople had drunk the water and began savagely tearing into any living thing they could find. I looked out the window and saw crowds fleeing. I urgently asked my mother what was happening. Just then, she stood up. It turned out she had also drunk the contaminated vegetable juice that morning. She was infected. I told her to stay calm, but she couldn't hear me. I had no choice but to flee outside. But just then, a car suddenly crashed into my mother, breaking her leg. The driver got out to apologize and urged me to hurry inside, saying the town was overrun with zombies. He then sped away. But as I dragged my mother into the house, a horde of zombies charged toward us. Fortunately, the zombies caught up and dragged Mom back inside. To protect my sister, I locked Mom in the bathroom. But my sister's cries drove the zombies outside, completely mad. I had no choice but to fill the stroller with toys. Only then did the horde outside quiet down. Though we were safe for now, I had to learn how to survive and protect my sister. Just as despair overwhelmed me, the roar of an airplane echoed overhead. The military had blown up the city's only exit bridge and cut off the power. Let us perish on our own. The next day I tried to call for help, but my phone was dead. My sister cried out, starving for food. I could only mix the last bottle of water with formula to feed her. Then I grabbed some vegetables and headed toward the bathroom. I intended to give Mom some vegetables to ease her hunger, but my sister followed me. The next second, my mother suddenly attacked my sister. Terrified, I quickly grabbed the vegetables to distract her, luring her into the living room, but she knocked over the TV cabinet. I froze, my mind racing. I knew I couldn't just wait to die, and food was running out, so I pulled out the ladder to observe outside. I realized that as long as I stayed quiet, the zombies wouldn't notice me. Seeing our cat, inspiration struck. I opened the door to draw the zombies' attention, then sprinted away with my sister in my arms. We tried to escape into the supermarket, only to find the front doors locked tight. Desperate, we dashed to the back door, also locked. Hope was fading fast. Just then, someone yanked me inside. I've been drinking Coke like water since I was a kid. This habit saved my life because now the town's groundwater is severely polluted. Everyone who drank it turned into green-eyed zombies. Luckily, I only drank soda and never water. My sister only drank formula mixed with bottled water. That's how we narrowly escaped. The red guy drank the contaminated water. Within minutes, his head began throbbing.
15 when my crush Lucia pulled me aside. me something, she whispered, her pretty eyes not meeting mine. For a moment, I thought she was going to ask me to the dance. I'd been working up the courage for weeks, but something in her voice made my chest tighten. Anything, I said. That's when she told me about Friday. She'd been planning it for months. The teachers who ignored her cries for help, her parents who only cared about her grades. She took her mom's firearm from the locker drawer. The next day, she was going to publicly end her life. She planned it all out on a live stream during third period, when Ms. Lillian would be teaching, when Mr. Cole would be in the faculty lounge, when everyone who'd failed her would be watching. She'd make sure they'd see, make sure they'd carry it forever. But not you, she said, squeezing my hand. Don't watch. You're the only one who ever really saw me. I stood there frozen, feeling her fingers intertwined with mine. Something I'd dreamed about for months, but not like this. Never like this. Lucia, you can't, I whispered. It's the only way they'll learn, she said. The only way things will change. That night I didn't sleep. I stared at her Instagram, scrolling through photos where her smile never quite reached her eyes. Had I missed it? The way she'd stopped eating lunch, how she wore long sleeves even when it was warm, the poems she'd started posting, beautiful but dark, so dark. I thought about Miss Lillian, who was tough but had 3 kids at home. Mr. Cole, who was new and trying his best. The other students who'd see it happen live. The trauma that would ripple through our school like a stone dropped in still water. But Lucia trusted me. She held my hand. She'd chosen me to confide in. Wasn't that worth something? By the time 3 a.m. hit, I was typing and deleting texts to her. What if I was overreacting? What if she hated me forever? What if I lost the only girl who ever made me feel like I mattered? Then I imagined the alternative. Her empty desk in chemistry. Her parents at a funeral instead of graduation. A live stream that could never be unseen. All because I stayed silent. At 5 a.m., I called the Sewers Live Prevention Hotline. They connected me to the police. My voice cracked as I explained everything. The officer's tone grew urgent, asking for details I wished I didn't have. Lucia's full name, her address, the exact time she'd mentioned. You're saving her life, the officer said. It felt like I was ending it. They got to Lucia at 7:30 a.m., just as she was setting up her phone in her bedroom. The pills were already laid out. The note was already written. The local news called it a mental health crisis intervention. They interviewed our principal, promised better resources, more counselors, real change. They never used our names, but Lucia knew. She didn't come back to school for 2 months. When she did, she wouldn't look at me, wouldn't answer my texts. New friends formed a protective wall around her in the hallway. I heard whispers that I'd betrayed her, that I'd violated her trust, that I only did it because I couldn't handle rejection. The school did change. They hired 2 new counselors, started a peer support program, trained teachers on warning signs. Everyone said I'd done the right thing, but I felt like I'd lost everything. 3 years later, on graduation day, I found a note in my locker. I instantly recognized Lucia's handwriting. What I read made my heart drop. The note was short, but each word felt like a knife twisting in my gut. You took my choice away. You made me live when I wanted to die. Now I'm going to take everything from you, piece by piece, until you understand what it feels like to lose control of your own life. This isn't over. Hell. My hands shook as I stuffed the note into my pocket. The graduation ceremony was starting in 20 minutes. My parents were already in the auditorium, saving seats. My cap and gown hung in my locker, waiting. But all I could think about was Lucia, somewhere in this building, planning something. I rushed through the hallways, checking every classroom, every bathroom. Nothing. The school felt eerily empty, with most people already gathering in the auditorium. My footsteps echoed off the walls as I searched, my heart pounding harder with each empty room. Then I saw her. She stood at the end of the main hallway, wearing her graduation gown, her back to me. When she turned around, her face showed no emotion, just cold calculation. She held up her phone and pressed record. I froze. She walked toward me slowly, deliberately, keeping the camera trained on my face. When she was close enough that I could smell her perfume, the same vanilla scent from 3 years ago, she spoke in a voice loud enough for the recording. Why are you following me? I already told you to leave me alone. I opened my mouth to respond, but she stepped closer, lowering her voice to a whisper only I could hear. One word and I'll scream. Who do you think they'll believe? The girl who almost unalived herself because of bullying, or the boy who betrayed her trust? She stepped back, raising her voice again for the camera. Please, just go away. I don't want any trouble. Then she turned and walked away, leaving me standing there, paralyzed. I understood now. This was her game. She was building a narrative, creating evidence. But evidence of what? I made it to graduation, but I couldn't focus. Every time I scanned the crowd, I found Lucia's eyes on me. She sat 3 rows ahead with her family, the picture of a recovering survivor. When they called her name, she got a standing ovation. The girl who'd overcome so much. The success story. When they called mine, the applause was polite but subdued. I saw the look. Some people still remembered the rumors from 3 years ago. The boy who'd called the police on a vulnerable girl. The betrayer. After the ceremony, my parents wanted to take pictures. pictures. As we posed by the school sign, I noticed Lucia in the background of every shot, always watching, always recording with her phone. My mom noticed my distraction. Everything okay, honey? I forced a smile and nodded. What could I say? That the girl whose life I'd saved was now stalking me? That she threatened me? They'd think I was paranoid, or worse, that I was the one harassing her. The next few days passed in a blur of graduation parties and college preparation. I tried to push Lucia from my mind, telling myself it was just an empty threat. Maybe she just needed to vent her anger. Maybe it would pass. Then the posts started appearing. First, it was subtle. A photo on Instagram from someone's graduation. Barely visible, was me looking in Lucia's direction. The caption read, "Great party." Some people clearly surfaced on TikTok. Security footage from the school hallway, showing me following Lucia. The video was edited, cutting out the part where she waited for me, showing only me walking behind her.
Damn it. No! Now you're gonna die. Oh, now you're gonna die. Absolutely kill you. There we go. I'm trying to fight you up here. Let's go. Let's fight over here. Come on. Got you. Yeah, you're dead now. Of course. Okay, well, he's slowly hiding, so there you go. You win.
More kept appearing, each one carefully edited, each one painting me as an obsessed stalker who couldn't leave her alone. My Instagram started getting flooded with messages from strangers calling me horrible names. My Facebook was bombarded with friend requests from fake accounts. I tried reaching out to mutual friends, but Lucia had gotten to them first. She'd shown them the videos, told them how I'd been following her, how scared she was. They believed her. Why wouldn't they? She was the victim. She was the one who almost died. My parents started noticing my mood changes. I was jumpy, constantly checking my phone, barely sleeping. They asked if something was wrong, but I couldn't find the words. How could I explain that my act of saving someone had turned into my own nightmare? 2 weeks after graduation, I was at the grocery store when I felt someone watching me. I turned to see Lucia at the end of the aisle, phone in hand. She smiled and waved, then typed something. Seconds later, my phone buzzed. A photo of me in the cereal aisle. The caption, "Can't even shop without him showing up. This is getting scary." I abandoned my cart and left immediately, but the damage was done. By the time I got home, the photo was already circulating in our town's Facebook group. People were commenting about calling the police, about protecting Lucia, about how someone should do something about that boy. My mom was waiting in the kitchen when I walked in. Her face was pale, her laptop open on the counter. "We need to talk," she said. She'd seen the posts, the videos, the comments. She wanted to know what was really going on. I tried to explain, but even to my own ears it sounded crazy. A conspiracy by the girl I'd saved, edited videos, staged encounters. My mom wanted to believe me. I could see it in her eyes, but doubt crept in. She asked why Lucia would do this. What could she possibly gain? I showed her the note from graduation, but she pointed out it wasn't signed. It could be from anyone. That night, I lay in bed scrolling through my phone, watching my reputation crumble in real time. Friends were unfriending me. College acquaintances were blocking me. 3 years of being known as the guy who saved a life was being erased, replaced by something much darker. Then I noticed something. In one of the videos, a reflection in a window, another person filming. Someone was helping Lucia. She wasn't doing this alone. I screenshot the image and zoomed in. The face was blurry but familiar. Marcus Royal, one of Lucia's new friends, the one who'd been most vocal about protecting her from me. I had my first piece of real evidence, but what could I do with it? Who would believe me? I wonder what Lucia's really thinking with this whole revenge plan she's got going on. She's clearly been planning this for a while, but why wait 3 whole years? There's something about the timing that makes me curious about what else might be going on in her life right now. And more importantly, what was Lucia's endgame? The note said she'd take everything from me piece by piece. My reputation was already in ruins. What came next? My phone buzzed. Another message, this time from an unknown number. "This is just the beginning. Sweet dreams." Attached was a photo of my house, taken from across the street. Tonight, I jumped up and looked out my window. The street was empty, but I knew she was out there, watching, planning. And I was running out of time to figure out how to stop her. I rushed to my parents' bedroom and shook my dad awake. He groaned and checked the clock, but when he saw my face, he sat up immediately. I showed him the photo and explained everything as quickly as I could. My dad grabbed a flashlight and headed outside while my mom called the police. The officers arrived within 15 minutes. They took my statement, examined the photo, and checked the area. They found nothing. No footprints, no evidence anyone had been there. One officer suggested it could have been taken earlier in the day with a timer. The other asked if I'd been having any conflicts with anyone recently. I tried explaining about Lucia, showing them the posts and videos. They took notes, but I could see the skepticism in their eyes. One officer pulled my parents aside. I couldn't hear the conversation, but I saw my mom's worried glances in my direction. After they left, my parents sat me down. My dad suggested maybe I should talk to someone, a therapist perhaps. My mom mentioned that the stress of graduation and starting college could affect people in different ways. They weren't saying they didn't believe me, but they weren't saying they did either. I spent the rest of the night wide awake, refreshing social media obsessively. More posts kept appearing. Photos from different angles at the grocery store I hadn't even noticed being taken. Videos from graduation showing me staring at Lucia. Each post carefully crafted to build a narrative of obsession. session. By morning, I had 17 missed calls from friends, not to check on me, but to tell me to stop, to leave Lucia alone, to get help. My best friend since middle school sent a long text about how disappointed he was, how he never thought I was that kind of guy. I decided to fight back. I created a document with timestamps, showing how the videos were edited, pointing out the inconsistencies. I wrote a long post explaining my side of the story, about saving Lucia's life, about the note, about everything. Within an hour, my post was gone, reported for harassment. My account was temporarily suspended for violating community guidelines. Meanwhile, Lucia's posts remained up, gathering more views, more angry comments directed at me. My college orientation was in 3 days. I've been looking forward to it for months. A fresh start at a school 2 hours away, where nobody knew my history. Now I wondered if the story would follow me there too. That afternoon, I drove to the mall to buy supplies for my dorm. I kept my head down, avoiding eye contact with anyone who might recognize me. I was loading bags into my car when I heard a familiar voice. Marcus Royval stood behind me with 2 other guys I recognized from school. They weren't threatening exactly, just standing there, watching. Marcus held up his phone, not recording this time, just showing me the screen. It was a group chat with over 50 members. The group name was Protecting L. He scrolled through the messages, people discussing my whereabouts, sharing sightings, planning ways to intervene if I got too close to Lucia. Some messages were from people I'd never even met, strangers who joined the cause after seeing the viral videos. Marcus put his phone away, and the 3 of them walked off without saying a word. The message was clear. I was being watched by an entire network of people who believed I was dangerous. I drove home in a daze. This was bigger than just Lucia now. She'd created a movement, turning herself into a symbol of survival, and me into a symbol of everything wrong with guys who couldn't handle rejection. The truth didn't matter anymore. The narrative had taken on a life of its own. That evening, my mom knocked on my door. She'd been crying. Someone had sent messages to her workplace, warning them about her dangerous son. Her boss had called her in for a meeting. While he wasn't taking any action yet, he'd suggested she might want to take some time off until things calmed down. My dad was in the living room on his laptop, his face grim. He showed me what he'd found. Someone had created a website dedicated to exposing me. It had all the videos, the photos, screenshots of supposed conversations where I'd said disturbing things. The conversations were fake, but they looked real enough. The website had a counter at the bottom. Days since last incident, 0. It updated every time someone reported seeing me near Lucia, even if I was just existing in the same town. My parents were trying to be supportive, but I could see the strain. My mom kept asking if there was something I wasn't telling them. My dad mentioned that maybe I should postpone college for a semester, let things die down. The doubt in their voices hurt more than all the online hate combined. That night, I made a decision. I needed evidence. Real evidence that Lucia was orchestrating this. I started with Marcus Royval. I found his social media profiles, looked through his history. 3 months ago, right around when Lucia returned to school, his posts changed. Suddenly, he was all about mental health awareness, sewer slide prevention, protecting survivors. And in every post about Lucia, there was something subtle, a phrase, a hashtag, something that felt coordinated. I dug deeper, found connections between Marcus and the other people most active in posting about me. They all seemed to have become friends with Lucia around the same time. They all used similar language in their posts. It was organized, planned. Then I found something interesting. A photo from a party 2 weeks before graduation. In the background, barely visible, was Lucia's laptop. The screen showed a document titled Project Restoration. I zoomed in as much as I could. I could make out what looked like phases, timelines, goals. It wasn't much, but it was something. I saved everything, creating my own folder of
Alright, bro. Time to lock. To lock in. Dude, this is gonna actually be like the craziest battle I've ever been in. Where did he go? He's how is he? Chill. Are you actually? Are you actually? All right. Like, are you? Are you? Are you trying to kill me or something? Okay. I don't know, bro. Like, I really feel like I'm gonna kill Purple Gibbon. I'm gonna kill Purple Gibbon. Yeah, I'm gonna kill Purple Gibbon, dude. Holy! What the hell is happening? This might be the end. Dude, as soon as I get a place to kill him, I'm killing him. Right now. buddy. Not me! Oh my god, I didn't mean to fucking... Oh my god, why are we fucking jumping me now? Because we can't get the netherite player. Are we serious? Are we serious? Now we're jumping me. I just want to kill him. Want him dead. Alright, you know what? Oh, look at Big Boy now. Now he wants to come out of his little hole. Give me my water! Alright, so we just got a bunch of pussies. Okay, if this kid wants a 1v1, I'll give him a 1v1. Oh yeah, you're gonna get a 1v1. The one thing you didn't expect. You didn't expect debuffs, did you? You didn't expect me. You stupid. Nah, 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 nah. All these stupid little copies of Marlo, dude. How does that feel, bro? I'm gonna kill their leader. Come on, dude. You started this fight. Yeah, you're dead, buddy. Wait, how many combos did he place? There we go. That's not good. No, you can't. You actual little dick. He's fucking restocking. Oh, you little dickhead. He has a stupid fucking elytra. Are we joking? Yeah, bitch. But you just ran. Bro, you're actually like so weird. Like, why did you run? Alright, bro. How'd you get so rich, bro? What? Bro. Alright, see ya. Oh, dude. Alright. I gotta get richer, dude. Bro. I need to get stronger.